The Holy Roman Empire consisted of hundreds of individual principalities, each with its own capital. Some were quite small, like Weimar, Celle or Zweibrücken. Others became large cities, like Dresden, Düsseldorf and Stuttgart. But Berlin became the capital. Was that always inevitable? And if not, which amongst all these different cities in Germany had the best chance of ever becoming the political, economical and cultural center of the country? My best guess, Munich. Because in the 14th century there were three families who were swapping the imperial title back and forth between each other. One of them were the Dukes of Bavaria, the House of Wittelsbach. The other two were the Habsburgs of Austria and the Luxembourgs, who were kings of Bohemia and dukes of Luxembourg. And in the 15th century, these two latter families ran into trouble. The Luxembourgs simply died out with the Emperor Sigismund in 1433. The Habsburgs were in principle inheriting all of the lands of Sigismund, but oh boy, did they have a struggle on their hands to get hold of all of that, because neither the Bohemians nor the Hungarians were particularly keen on them as rulers. And then the Swiss were breathing down their necks, and then they were squabbling amongst themselves. All of which left a huge opening for the Wittelsbachs. And if they had got their act together and they regained Brandenburg and the Tyrol, which they owned before, and added that to Bavaria, the Palatinate, the County of Holland and the Ennegau, well, they would have become the by far most powerful princes in the empire and therefore a natural shoo-in for the imperial title, and then Munich would have been the capital, at least of the empire, maybe of Germany for good. But they didn't. And why that happened is what we're going to look at in episodes 196, 197 of the History of the Germans podcast, which involves the usual gruesome murdering, but also a ball where 4 men were burned alive and their flaming genitals dropped to the floor, and then the wedding of the century. Absolutely unmissable.